Welcome to Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole, hosted by two nationally published Atlanta interior designers, Joanne Kandrak and Kelly Cole. These energetic women are also world travelers, charity givers, and bloggers with a wealth of information to share and stories to tell about the interior design world. Okay, now just a warning, this is going to be fun and not too serious. After all, they still do have an interior design business running at full speed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole. This is Joanne Kandrak, and today is episode 108, our favorite catalog and online products part 2. So we didn't realize how many we had. We ran out of time last time, so here we are with more great items to share. So while we pride ourselves on buying directly from manufacturers, we talk about it all the time, at wholesale pricing, sometimes we turn to catalogs and online sources for exclusive or unique items that will work great in our projects. And as we mentioned previously, one of the services that we offer is called Design for a Day, and it's very different than our turnkey full-service design. It's basically a 4-hour concierge service where we come to your home, make selections for you while sitting at your kitchen or dining room table, and we create a floor plan, a keynote document showing all the selections, and a shopping list with links to the retail and online sources that the client purchases for themselves. So we're going to share more of those favorites with you today, but before we do, we want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Sherwin Williams.
And you all know that Sherwin Williams is a good friend of ours. We have talked to them many times on the show, and we want to bring your attention to the Emerald Designer Edition paint. It's really an exceptional finish. It combines the luxury of a smooth, uniform finish with their best hide yet. So Emerald Designer Edition comes in 200 brand new colors, including brighter, cleaner whites that are exclusive to this paint line. So we've already used them and love them. So we love those new whites. Their finest interior paint and primer is one of the perfect choice for giving walls a virtually flawless appearance. So the new colors and white bases are only available in Emerald Designer Edition paint. So you'll kind of want to check that out specifically. And for more information, visit sherwinwilliams.com or stop by your local store. And just a little FYI, for a clean, bright white, one of our favorites is Gypsum, which is Sherwin Williams 9543. And for a little bit of a warmer white, look at Sanctuary, Sherwin Williams 9583.
Okay, here we go. Back to the list. So I think most places have a world market, but they also have a huge online. They are great for like different accessories. You know, you need something for a bookcase, or they have great frames. They have just a lot of great accessories. One of them are their Teak wood bowls. They're very beautiful. They have large baskets, which we've used a couple of times. And this is the one. It's the natural Hyacinth Noel tote basket. Perfect for on top of like an armoire where you've got a little space between the top of it and the ceiling. Great for throws and all that kind of stuff. Throw pillows. Wonderful throw pillows. They have a great style, color, texture. And then their runner rugs. I've got this one in my kitchen. It's the boho woven cotton Kalim Alina, and there's greens and corals and yellows and black. They have some.
I love
beautiful,
that rug.
I do too.
Love that rug. And every time I look at it, it could go in any.
And I looked everywhere. I mean, I was looking.
And it's inexpensive.
It was inexpensive, but I loved it so much. It had all the colors that I wanted. So check out World Market for rugs. They've got some great ones.
Yeah. The other thing that they have that we've recently done twice is, you see it a lot now, macrame wall hangings. They're woven. A lot of times they're hanging from a piece of wood of some kind of dowel rod or a pretty branch or whatever. And I feel like it's all the rage, and some are really small and cheap looking and some are not. Well, they have one that is so nice and big, and the woven part of it is really pretty. I want to say it's $159. Anyway, check out that wall hanging when you look at World Market. Yep. And shower curtains. Got to throw in a thing for shower curtains.
I forgot about the shower curtains.
Very cute. Great patterns.
Great colors.
Yep. Very cute.
Okay, next, Front Gate, the resort towel and bath rug collection.
Yep.
Talk about a no-brainer, luxury, not super inexpensive, but not everything that's luxury is inexpensive.
And it shouldn't
but
be.
it's one of those that's worth paying for. At the beginning, it'll last you for a really long time.
Yep.
And then their outdoor planters.
Oh, yeah.
There's one that I love. It's the San Miren, Miren. Absolutely beautiful. And then their outdoor, well, anything outdoor. I mean, Front Gate is kind of like, they do a good job with the outdoor. Their umbrellas, like I love those 10-foot cantilever.
Yeah.
There's one that's a square size.
That's nice.
Is really kind of different.
Now that San Miren planter, is that the tall one?
Yes.
The tall skinny one?
Yes.
And they have them in a couple different heights, so you can put them in a little,
Yeah.
Those are really
I like
pretty.
layering. I like layering planters outside.
Yes. Okay. So you guys have also heard us talk about Floor. FLOR, which is a square carpet tile that you can create a unique design, any size, any style or shape. And I recently did this for a small, they're good for very small, awkward spaces like powder rooms and laundry rooms where you need like a 3x4 or something odd.
We just did one in an office, and it was a 6x10. Where are you going to find a 6x10? So it's so great. Plus, they're almost commercial quality.
I think they are commercial quality.
Yeah, they have a rubber back. Well, first of all, the website is so great that helps you to design it. And if you say, I need a 7-foot 3-inch by 10-foot, it calculates how many squares that you need. And they ship like within you usually get them like the next day,
which nobody does right now. But they do have a step-by-step installation video on the site. You basically put together these square tiles with tape on the bottom, and it sounds so queer, like it would never last, but it actually really does. So super durable, great for high traffic areas, really stain resistant, and it's great if you have, let's say, a large kids playroom or just any space that's going to get beat up. And then if there's an emergency, a dog throws up, big glass of wine, whatever, you can just get a few extra of the tiles, stow them in your closet, and then you can literally lift it up and put a new tile back in.
I remember we went to a client's that we had worked with 5 or 6 years ago that we had put one in their family room. And we went back and we were like, oh my God, they still have this. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're really big fans. We're definitely big fans of Floor, FLOR. And we find that when we talk to a lot of our designer friends, they have not heard of them.
Yeah.
So check them out.
They're
really awesome.
We need to keep this list because we'll be reaching out for 2022 sponsorships. And what are we thinking?
Yeah, we're just giving it away,
We're
people.
Just giving it away.
Okay, so we have a lot of lighting lines and great ones. So we very rarely go to online or retail sources for that. The only time that we really do is when we're doing these design for a days where somebody's going to go purchase them themselves. And Shades of Light is
all-time fave.
All-time fave. So many choices. It's unbelievable. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you like the names of the really good ones. Because when you go to their site, it's pretty overwhelming. There's a lot. So flush mounts, please, if you have the boob lights, please replace them. They're not a high-ticket item. Here's our faves.
Okay.
So the first one is the Slim Shade LED ceiling light. You can probably just pop these into the search and they'll come up. The Grand Hotel ceiling light, Scalloped Metal ceiling light, and the Meridian ceiling light.
And when we're doing flush mounts, a lot of times those boob lights, as we refer to, which you all know what we're talking about, are anywhere from 8 to 10 inches in diameter, and they're just always a bit small.
Yes.
And so when we're looking at flush mounts, we're kind of always looking at the 12 and the 15 inch, if you can do it. Sometimes
in a hallway,
small
you're going to use the little,
or a door's opening, it's going to hit it. You can't, but try and go a little bit bigger than you're used to.
Yeah, and it's hard to find the wider, the 12 to 15.
Yeah, it is.
But if you don't go that big, then it looks like stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then chandeliers. There's so many, but look these up. The Leon, the Loft Shade, the Hermitage, which we love over a bed, and the Oiled Bronze Linear Chandelier. So that's 4 different kinds of chandeliers. Yeah. Just really easy.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. If you're driving and you're like, how am I going to remember all these? You can go onto our website, Candrak-Cole.com, go to the podcast link and it'll take you to this episode. And all of these are in the show notes. So you can just sit there, print it, and go to the, to your laptop and just start plugging them in. Okay. Wall lights. I love sconces. And, sometimes there's so many different kinds too.
And I think they're underused.
Yeah.
I think designers use them a lot, but I don't think the regular Joe thinks about it.
If you bought a house and didn't have them, you probably wouldn't put them in.
Right.
So if you're, building and you have the chance to, this is where you do it. And you're seeing them a lot more in bathrooms.
Yes.
Instead of the kind of the lights over the top, you're seeing kind of the wall sconces in between, on the sides of the mirrors. So the minimalist acrylic rod sconce, the dewdrop globe sconce, contemporary hexagon bath sconce. That's really a pretty one. And a hanging globe sconce.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. And I think people also think like, oh, but I'm not doing a big renovation and I have to call an electrician. And, just be brave. Call an electrician. Do a little bit of sheetrock work. You'll be happy you did it. Mirrors. Okay. Also great mirrors. The Highland Mirror, which is round, the Classic Cut Corner Mirror, and the Apex Hexagon Mirror. All super cool, different than you would generally select. Good sizes. Check them out.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
Okay. Another fave, Serena and Lily.
I love
which is
Serena.
a great catalog. And we are so lucky in Atlanta. We have a store here.
Yeah. They just do a great job. Their vibe is so fresh and clean and happy and on trend. It's just good.
Yeah. So for kitchen and dining, they have great chairs and bar stools and stuff. So the first one, they're called the Sun-Washed Riviera dining chairs. They're like a bistro type chair.
I think you see these a lot now, but I feel like
the quality
Serena and Lily was the first to kind of make a quality one based from the French bistro, look. And they've been knocked off 1,000 times, but I think their quality is bar none. Yeah.
And they come an arm inside. The rattan is on the frame and the seat, and then they've really come up with multiple colors now, which is really fun.
Yeah, you see I guess you see a lot of the colors in France, but they've got the blue, navy blue, red, just rattan and white, which is also pretty. So it's just a go-to. Yep. Good for kids. Clean them down pretty easily. And then the Thornhill round dining table. So the base is hand wrapped in natural seagrass, and then the top is a slab of reconstituted stone. Just a classic.
Yeah.
I love the look. I hope it never goes out of style. Yeah.
And then part of that Sun-Washed collection is this Backless Bench. So it's like the Parisian bistro chair, but it's 60 inches wide.
That's nice.
You can put in a foyer or in front of a bed with a dining set if you wanted to. They're 60, and the colors come in natural and navy.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And then we always we talked about counter stools and bar stools a lot when we talked about Ballard Designs has a great collection, but Serena and Lily does too. And they have it's called the Carson counter stool. So go check that one out. It's handcrafted solid mahogany frame, but it's in white. And then it has a natural fiber seat with the abaca seat. So it's very cool looking. It's one of those where our clients, if they say, I don't care if it swivels or not, we're like, okay, we're doing this one.
Yeah. And then this is really fun. They have a denim rug. It's called the Harper Denim Rug. It comes in several sizes. So if you open it up on the website and you look at it kind of from a distance, you can't really tell. It just looks like a blue rug. Well, then when you zoom in, it's made of recycled denim, and it's mixed with soft wool, and it's put together by hand. We did it in a project years ago. It's just really, really kind of cool. It's that California vibe, but the different colored denims and the way that it's put together is really unique.
Yeah.
Boys' room, porch, whatever. Just great.
Yeah. I just hope that style never goes out. It's all very light and fresh, like I said before, and happy and
Okay, so we were, a lot of these we were giving you basically, home decor and whatever, but I could not help throwing this in. This is really just kind of for fun. And some of you may have heard of this. It's called Uncommon Goods. So it's an online marketplace for crafters. They've been in business 22 years. So if you go to their website, you can read their story, but it kind of is like the first Etsy, I guess you might want to say, because all of the things that are on there are from people, crafters, and then they've kind of just brought them to but it's one of those catalogs that it's almost like I sit there, it's like entertainment, to look through it.
Yeah.
So I just went to it recently, and there were these ice cube molds that have in the ice cube the home state on there. So if somebody's maybe just moved,
oh, that's cute,
or whatever, you kind of have to see them. They're really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. And then the tail wagging dog breed clock. I mean, come on, that's just so kitschy and cute. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Who needs what.
Yeah.
But that also reminds me, well, let me tell you about these next ones first, and then I have a couple of other ones that just popped into my head. But they also
depending on what state you live in.
Yeah.
They have an edibles cookbook. I've never seen that anywhere, but somebody came up with it. So hey.
So just beyond cookies, just something
maybe something else, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, cookies and brownies no more. Yeah. Now we're going to get creative. Okay.
And speaking of family recipes. They have, most people have seen this, but it's really cute. It's a personalized family recipe cutting board. So if it's your grandma's handwriting, they just kind of put it onto the cutting board. Such a great gift and such a great thing to kind of have.
Yeah. This also reminds me, what popped into my head when you said kind of the first Etsy is also Sundance, which is the catalog that Robert Redford started a long time ago. And it's mostly jewelry, but they also have some clothes and shoes and stuff. But it is very artisan. You can tell it's a very curated collection of unique stuff.
And we also have one of those here in Atlanta at the Avalon.
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
The other one, did we talk about Hudson Grace at on our last part one?
I don't think so.
Because
are they a catalog?
Yes. Believe it or not.
Oh,
it's a little guy that comes in the mail, but go to their website, Hudson Grace. We have one in Atlanta, and that's how we found it. But it's a high-end tabletop line, basically. So there's a few of my favorites that I'm completely obsessed with. So look up hudsongrace.com, and I'm going to lead you to two of my favorites. One is the linen napkins. Okay, they're 22-inch square, so they're very big, cover the whole lap. They're not inexpensive. I want to say they're $22 each, but they have a good sales pretty frequently, and they'll throw a few colors on sale. Like I think they have some right now that are on there for $10. But you throw them in the wash, don't iron them. They get softer and prettier over time, and they come in the most beautiful colors.
Oh yeah.
So pinks and greens and blues, all solids, but it's just great. And the second thing that I'm obsessed with at Hudson Grace is their dish soap and their hand soap. It's a pomegranate mixed with a flower that I can't name right now, but we all have these big floating islands in the middle of our kitchens these days, and their bottle is huge. It's white and has a black dispenser, and it's just so pretty, and it lasts forever. I want to say the bottle's, again, not inexpensive. I want to say it's like $16.
You don't just put your bottle of Dawn on there to look so classy?
I just don't. Now that I've become connected to my Hudson Grace, I want to say I'll think of the flower anyway, but it smells so good. Even my husband's obsessed with it. And then for Mother's Day, he got me, this is new from Hudson Grace, they make this marble slab that holds the dish soap with the hand soap. It looks so pretty next to your sink.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, I'm obsessed with the cutting boards.
Yes.
They have, they're huge.
Yes.
They're, I don't know how long, 36 inches wide with a beautiful handle. The wood is absolutely beautiful. Once again, not super inexpensive, but boy, does that make a statement.
And the black one. Is
the black one.
We've given it to gifts many times to clients, but it looks good in the middle of an island, and you can put plants on top of it. It can be a charcuterie board. You can put candles on it. You can lean it up against your backsplash. I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah. So this is crazy, because the last time we ran out of time, and now we have too much time. So what should we talk? Well, we go ahead.
I think we should just give you guys a heads up that we are just back from 4 days at High Point Furniture Market, and everybody's always a little cray-cray to hear about the trends and what we learned and what we saw. So if you want to go to our Instagram, which is Kandrak Cole, we put images in our stories the entire time we were there, but we saved them to a highlight reel, which is the little circle down below on the face of our Instagram page. So you can
see them all.
Go down and it'll say High Point 2021, and you can see there's probably 40, 50 pictures of everything that we saw saved to that highlight reel. I mean, we're still going to have a podcast all about it. But
which is going to be the next time.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
For sure. If you haven't heard about some of our recent podcasts, we had Yash Ranga from Jaipur Rugs, who talked all about the Jaipur Rug Foundation and all the great things they're doing. And also Beef Flax Linen. We were talking to them lately. And as well as Wexel Art. We saw at High Point. They are all getting great business from our podcast. And we're so honored. And so proud.
Yes.
And
we were feeling very, very loved. We did have a lot of people come up to us on High Point and tell us how much they loved our podcast. So it's been, 3.5 years in the making. So, I'm just glad that people are liking it and, said that it offers a lot of great information. So we're happy.
We've lined up some amazing guests because it was so nice in High Point to finally be face to face with people, hugging and really diving in and networking and planting seeds and all kinds of stuff. So we've got some great guests.
And then there's one guest who I just happened to be climbing into bed on Friday night and opened up my Southern Living magazine. And
I thought you were going to say you're going to have Drew as a guest because I was climbing into bed and snuggling. And
so I read about this woman and I was so impressed. So I'm like, let me go check out her Instagram. I grabbed my phone, go right to her Instagram, go ahead and send her a message. And I said, I just love your story. Would you like to be a guest on our podcast? And she responded and said yes. So we just got
excited.
We've got to get her on the calendar because,
Do you want to give a little tease of who she is?
I don't know if most people, but you can check her out. Her name is Rochelle Porter. Mm-hmm. She is an artist. Her Instagram is R Porter Designs. I was just she's been on the Today Show. She's an artist. And, Kelly and I decided when we had this podcast, and there's not a lot like ours, that we don't want to have guests every single time because, we have a lot to share. We have a lot to share ourselves on what we're doing and things that, just like, our favorite catalogs and all that kind of stuff. So, but we do, when we meet somebody or there's someone that we really feel would be a great fit for our show, that's when we'll have them on. So,
yeah. And I feel like it's given a lot of breath to our podcast because we've got, we have the coolest and the most interesting guests on.
Yeah. And I love when they say yes. And I have to say, I just love that Marlowe podcast people reached out to us.
Yes.
That
we did feel quite famous.
Yeah. That made me feel pretty famous.
All right. Well, let's dive into our quotes.
You can do the funny one and I'll do the serious one.
Remember when Botox was a taboo subject? Now you mention it and no one raises an eyebrow. That's so funny. And I was just thinking just this morning as I was getting ready that maybe I should make an appointment. Anyway.
So, with the Kentucky Derby being, recently, whatever, I just thought this quote was so great because we always say, one of a mantra was stay in your lane, stay in your lane.
Yes.
So here we go. You try to do the best with what you've got and ignore everything else. That's why horses get blinders in horse racing. You look at the horse next to you and you lose a step. Not good.
That is so good.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. That's really good because whenever we're at High Point Market, we're seeing all of our designer friends from around the country and there's so much, not only great product and design, but there's fashion too. Mm-hmm. And everybody's just looking their best and it's like, oh my God. And then everybody's talking about, what are you doing? What are you doing? What big are you doing a licensing deal? Are you doing a collaboration? What are you doing? And it's like, I'm going to stay in my lane now.
That's a good. It's good in some respects. Keeps you on your toes and keeps you moving.
That's right.
I need to sort of keep up, but then there's that fine How far do you need? You don't need to keep up to a fault.
Right.
It just gets you maybe motivated, but don't. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's journey is different.
You got it, girl.
Yeah.
You got it, girl.
Yeah.
So we have to say that we had a lot of strangers come up to us at High Point, literally with stars in their eyes, and say, we listened to your podcast. And I cannot tell you, Joanne and we're so humbled. We still are shocked that people listen. So we really, really are so thrilled. So if you're listening and you really love our podcast, if you could take 2 seconds to go on and give us a 5-star review and rate us and maybe a few comments, and just, it really helps get the word out and helps other people, think, oh, I'll tune in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we really, really appreciate it. So thank you, Sherwin Williams, for all of your support and for supporting this podcast. And you will hear from us next with all that we learned in High Point.
Yeah. Some juicy stuff.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Join Joanne and Kelly weekly for a lively conversation about trends, travels to industry events, current design projects, the good, the bad, and the ugly, do's and don'ts, product recommendations, and more. Be sure to follow the fun on Facebook. They're on Instagram at Cole, and of course, you've got to visit them online at candrak-cole.com for more information.